How's it going, YouTube? My name is Sherbert, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the keybinds I have set up for my character inside of Super People. Now, these are the keybinds that I find that work best for me and my playstyle and just, overall keyboard feels. So by no standards do I feel like they're applied to everybody. So don't feel like you have to run these keybinds. What I would actually do is go into training grounds and kind of fiddle around with your keyboard and your keybinds and find the ones that work best for you. These are just the ones that I find personally, I seem to really enjoy. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to dive right into it right now. So starting right off the bat, typical WASD movement, very standard. We have left control for walk. We have left shift for run. I'm really lazy. I have jump and parkour on the same keybind. So they do everything for the spacebar. A lot of people recommend having jump on one keybind and then parkour on another keybind, so you don't accidentally jump through a window or over a railing. I'm lazy, strictly through laziness. I just have it all in one key. So, do with it what you will. Crouch is C, lay prone is Z. My lean left and right, I have them bound to my mouse. So lean left is the top mouse button. Lean right is the bottom one. I find that this is a little easier to lean and actually have movement with the WSD keys. I don't have any weird double clicking on my keybinds. It just seems to work really, really well. So I have my lean left and right bound to my mouse. Interact, I have F. Change view is V. Auto run is the equal sign. I almost never use it. Look around Alt, I also almost never use it. Spacebar for swim or swimming keys are all the same. Fire is left on the mouse. And now this one right here is really interesting. I have only ADS bound to my right mouse button. They do give you the option to have an aim/scope mode. The scope mode is really nice because it gives you a wider field of view, but I feel like you're not as accurate with your shots. And the amount of times where I need a wider field of view while I'm shoulder aiming is very, very minimal. So generally, if I'm ADSing, I'm already shooting. If I'm not ADSing, I have my field of view is 105. So I can normally see everything. And then when it's time to ADS is when it's time to shoot. So I found that I was misclicking a lot with the aim/scope mode. I would, try to ADS. I'd accidentally hip fire or shoulder aim. And then vice versa. I'd try to shoulder aim and then I'd accidentally ADS. And so I found that it was killing me a lot. So just to make things simpler on me, I only have ADS. So I only aim down the sights. I find it to work really well for me. I don't know very many players who have aim/scope mode, for both. So find whatever one works best for you. If you find this to be good, great. But I have it only ADS. Reload, I have R, standard. Now I unbound the next and previous weapon from the scroll wheel on your mouse, simply because if you're in a firefight, I was just getting burnt by, being in a firefight, trying to rotate to your next gun, rotating the wrong direction. And so you pull out like a grenade. So instead of being like M4 SMG, it was like M4 smoke grenade. And then I'd be holding the smoke grenade and just getting beamed. So I was getting killed all the time through misclicking and, scrolling the wrong direction. So I just absolutely unbound it. So one way to unbind a key, let's just use O for an example. One way to unbind is you just click the button you want to unbind and press escape. So it will unbind whatever key you have for that. So I unbound both. Primary and secondary weapon, I have 1 and 2. My special equipment, I switched to 4 strictly just because that's what it was during the closed beta, and it's just muscle memory. For the final beta, it is 3. I just switched it to 4 just for, muscle memory. My throwables, I changed from 5 to E. Again, just strictly because it's very, very easy to reach. I can swap through my throwables very easily, so I don't need to press 5 and it just feels a little easier to be E. I can just switch and cycle relatively easy. Use active skills G, active skills 2 is H. I might bind this to something else, but I'm not too sure yet. Slide is C. Holster weapon is X. Cancel skill F. Change fire modes B. Change throwing stance right on the mouse. Pull pin R. Now this one right here, I did bind separately again. I equipped flashbangs to my Q because I had unbound my lean left and right. I had my E and my Q binds open. So my E cycles the grenades. My Q brings up my flashbang. Now because I main shotgun master a lot, I find myself using shotgun master a lot. I really like the fact that every time I press Q, I already have a flashbang ready to go in my hand, ready to throw. And I found that was really, really easy. You could change the flashbang to anything. I was also fiddling with maybe trying smoke as Q, because you throw smoke so often in this game, whether secure loot or revive a teammate. Knowing that Q is your smoke all the single time is very, very helpful. I might bind smoke to something. I don't know yet. That'd be kind of cool. We'll figure it out. Maybe 3. I have 3 open right now, so maybe 3 will be smoke. Yeah, maybe 3 will be smoke. Now down below that scope in and out is the mouse wheel. You just up and down. Zeroing distance, I have never touched this, so this is still the same. Hold breath is left shift. Healing item 6, so you use your strongest healing item first. I find that that's really, really helpful for me. I always know that 6 is going to be the biggest, punchiest heal. Use emergency kit 7. I just so hardly ever see myself reaching all the way over there, so I never touch it. First aid, never touch it. I bound compression bandages to 5. Again, just for the sake of knowing that when I press the 5 button, it already is bringing up compression bandages. This is really good for like if I take a little bit of fall damage, or if I'm like running out of zone, or if like I'm just rotating and people are just taking really indiscriminate pop shots at me, they're taking like 4 or 5 health. I'm just gonna be popping compression bandages. I'm free of like having the item menu up. It's really, really simple. It's nice and easy. It works really well for me. So 5 is compression bandages. I don't use consume energy bar. I don't use any of the F keys strictly just because I have a 60% keyboard. I don't have an F key button. I'd have to press the function button and then 1, 2, and 3, and I don't want my hand off the mouse. So I don't use any of these. I don't use this. I have these all unbound. These 2 are the ones that I use the most. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't use any of these keys. 7, through 7, 8, F1, F2, F3, whatever this little doodly dad is. I don't use any of those. What I use is the T and the Y buttons. So T is my energy bar palette, which will bring up, a little menu where I can select which energy bar I want. And then Y is what they call your custom item palette, which brings up a whole scroll wheel of healing items and pills that you can eat. So this is how I eat my pills. This is how I use certain healing items. So if I just want to use a first aid kit, or if I just want to use an emergency kit, I use Y as well as 6. So these 2 are very easy. They're right next to each other in terms of the keyboard layout. Y and 6 are what I use the most for healing, and then Y is what I use for my pills. So I find this to work out really, 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 really well. Very, very nice. Crafting items is default, alt, super, super simple. Vehicle, standard, honk my horn G, I use that one the most. Now this one right here is what I did change as well. To move from the driver's seat to seat number 2, I did rebind it again to my mouse. So I think this mouse button number 4 is switch to the driver's seat, and the mouse button number 5 is to switch to the passenger seat. Now this is really good if you're like driver and you're switching and shooting and you want to like rotate really quickly. It's a lot easier than having to hit 2 buttons while driving, right? I can do it all in one, and I can do it all on my mouse. Very similar to my lean. Very, very simple, very, very easy. I find this to work really, really well. So this is what I have to switch seats inside of a vehicle. Audio, use completely the same. I haven't changed that at all. World map, haven't changed this at all. Smart ping, I haven't changed this. This is all exactly the same. Everything else should be default. Display smart ping, yep, still the same. Spectate, and then replay, we actually don't have a replay function. So this right here is basically not, I don't want to say useless, but it's basically not usable at the final beta. So I actually, now that we're talking about it, I am going to change my smoke grenade to 3. I think that's really nice. Where are you at? Smoke grenade 3. I was going to change it to the energy palette, or the, what's it called? The power capsule things, but I'm not going to. I think 3 is much more viable for smoke. That actually feels really good. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So 3 is my smoke grenade. Q is my flash grenade. E cycles my throwables. I'm really, really happy with that. So that is my keybinds. Very simple. I don't think I changed too much. I changed the functionality of a lot of them, but I'm really, really happy with it all. So that's my video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below which keys you guys prefer, or if there's any videos you guys want me to make. Also, too, I do stream right here on YouTube, so be sure to come in and say hi to me. Let me know if you guys try out the video or try out the keybinds, and let me know how they work for you. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.